We are extremely blessed here at West Grove United Methodist Church to have an exceptionally dedicated group of Christian disciples who share their talents and their gifts as the technicians who are able to send our worship service over the internet each Sunday. And we want to share their story and have you celebrate. They've built upon the vision that Pastor Monica Geppert, John Boyd, and Keith Schneider had created to share Christ in so many new ways, and we are very blessed. So celebrate with us.
So when we had to go to live streaming, it happened immediately. We needed new equipment, they knew what to get. It was a quick response to a need to make sure that we kept in touch with the congregation.
Everything shut down, day one. No one can come back into the church. And Keith and Monica were the only two coming in at that point.
We were not set for it at all, that we had piecemeal, and we were just using throw together equipment, that we were just trying to come up with something in order to stream. That between Steve and Michael and Nate and Matt, they were people that I could depend on, and therefore I wasn't feeling like I was carrying the entire burden, and therefore they really need to be recognized for what they have done and what they are doing.
From a technology standpoint, I think we were excited because we had tried it before. But yes, there was definitely anxiety and definitely panic because we really were cobbling it together at the beginning. Really didn't know what we were doing. We didn't have expertise. I then really started to get involved with what we know today, and that was upgrading equipment, improving the ability to live stream as well as the experience of the live stream. So that's that. The excitement is also, how can we make this better? How can we benefit the church? How can we benefit the participants? And how can we bring them into the service since they can't be here in-house? So there was excitement around that as well.
Yes. We are traveling at the speed of technology, sometimes in nanoseconds, because portions are known to be very fast, and that seems to be so characteristic of what we've been through in the last year and a half. There's a huge learning curve, and Steve has been the brains behind this whole thing. I've just been fortunate enough that he has stepped up, because I would not have been able to do this without Steve's help and without Nate's help. Nate has been wonderful.
To then make a correction, it's another 15 seconds until you hear it on Facebook. So there's really a 30-second delay to any adjustments that we have to make.
It's like more of a tag team thing that it is solo. Like I run audio, but that's not just me. Like Mike and Steve are also, listening and hearing what's happening and, suggesting to crank it up or crank it down.
Because what the people see in the sanctuary is not what the people are seeing at that moment on Facebook.
Our setup back here, Mike is actually looking at 3 different images at the same time. So he's looking at what is being displayed 2 times. You're seeing twice on our monitors, you're seeing what is being displayed in-house. And then you're also a separate image of what's being seen online. So you have to balance the switching between what's being shown in-house and what's being shown online, because you're seeing all of that at the same time in multiple different ways, in multiple views.
It's a challenge on the video side, because along with live streaming, of course, we added camera. So now it's not just, showing PowerPoint slides. Now you have to know when to sequence to the camera. Even though I get very frustrated sometimes, I'm grateful that God's given all 3 of us and some other people that aren't here this morning the skill set to do what needed to be done and the courage to step in and do it.
I give thanks to God for Michael Duval. Actually, he's the one that I could release the guilt of leaving West Grove, because I knew that there was someone there that knew the system and that could handle the system.
I think one of the things that I'm really thankful for is now just expanding and getting to know other people in the congregation that I wasn't involved with as part of those other teams. so I really feel like I'm getting to know so many more people and working with more people and being able to give back a skill that I have. I'm really grateful to be able to use that, that gift that God has given me.
I thank God for the opportunity to serve. My wife and I are new to the community, and it has opened doors for us to become an integral part of the congregation. And we no longer look at ourselves as the new folks on the block.
I think the main thing that I thank God for is that I just have the opportunity to be here, come here every Sunday, work with these, two men that are really, really, really wonderful, and then that I just have that opportunity, and that I've gotten to, make friends with these people and joke around with them. We've gotten to a point where I can make fun of Mike, Mike will make fun of me. We have a good conversation between me and Steve. I don't think I would have ever, been brought into the church so fully that unless I had had a chance to do this.
John Wesley was a very big supporter of small groups, and to echo from what Nate and Steve shared about the importance of teamwork, that's where you really get to know people, not just know about them, not just to see them on Sunday mornings, but you really get to know them. Had I not become part of this tech team, like Nate said, I would have passed Steve in the hallway, I would have passed Nate in the hallway or in the sanctuary, but we would have never reached the point to where we are now really friends. John Wesley knew what he was talking about.
I'm extremely thankful for our technical team. Without them, I don't know, we'd be in the dark. I mean, seriously, I can't even imagine, trying to keep in touch with our entire congregation without them and without their giving hearts. They are so talented and so incredibly kind.